It's just weird.
Super
Once
weird.
I think the cops are now here because of our terrible movie opinions.
I think we just look, they turned it off.
I make the very bold claim, out of all of the Halloween films, this might be my second favorite.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Welcome to Colin Day vs. the Machine, video edition. We've gotten to a film that has an interesting history, sort of reclaimed in recent years. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Dave, this is a bizarre movie. It's a very weird movie, but tell me what your thoughts were.
So I have not seen any Halloween movie. So that's the first disclaimer. And the second thing is, because I have such low expectations, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So I was expecting kitchen knives and witches, and I got none of those things.
Forget about this film being called Halloween 3, which is probably a bad idea in the first place.
Yeah.
Why is this called Season of the Witch?
Spoiler alert, there's no witch.
I mean, there's witchcraft, but there's not a
Is there
witch
even?
in it.
But as a schlocky B science fiction film, if we were to imagine one where there are automaton robots,
Nothing here to indicate there was ever a body at all.
it's actually kind of watchable. It's pretty fun. It's shot beautifully. The cinematography is legit, and Kyle Lowell
Shout
gave
out
us
to
some-
Dean Cundy.
with the D.
Emphasis on the second D. Yeah.
Super weird thing for Kyle to focus on. He's shot some of the most iconic 80s and 90s films. What were a couple of the big ones?
Back to the Future, Jurassic Park.
Crazy, right?
Right.
It's scored by John Carpenter, although he's not involved in the actual directing of it. So it actually feels like a real movie. You're like, oh, this is pretty high budget.
It definitely looks beautiful. I like this movie. I'm one of those people who thinks that we should reclaim it a little bit. I don't think it's a home run. I don't think it's like the best Halloween film. It would never go into my list of like top 100 horror films of all time. But I think it's a solid horror film. I think it's a solid tale if you can divorce it from it being a Halloween film, because it really should not have even gone into there.
In the oeuvre.
Yeah, I understand the history of it. Producers wanting to make this an anthology series. That was a bad idea. And I think this movie kind of suffered from it. There's some other like obvious flaws. It's pretty anticlimactic. Some of the acting might not be there. The main guy is a little too handsy as far as a character
right?
goes.
He's got his hand on everyone's butt.
Sucks a lot of
but
nipples.
I don't think that he's supposed to be likable.
No.
So there's a lot of people maybe that might get upset as though this is a misogynist sort of rhetoric. But I actually think he's supposed to be testable.
I do too. I think this is a movie where you hope that he
Dies.
succeeds in his plan and dies.
Yeah. I hope he dies.
As a character. Because I don't think there's really any character arc for him throughout this movie at all. But it looks well. The sound design is great. The music is phenomenal. It ratchets up the tension really well.
A kid dies, which is always great.
The creepy jingle that plays throughout the whole thing. There's a lot to enjoy from this. It's too weird to be bad. That is my official claim on this. It's too weird to be bad. And I enjoy watching this. And I make the very bold claim, out of all of the Halloween films, there's 11 of them, this might be my second favorite.
Operator, this is an emergency.
If you keep in mind, this apparently was written by like sort of a British science fiction writer.
Nigel Neal, I think is his name. He was either the Quatermass.
So if you're expecting that and you understand that that's kind of the tone, that this movie's actually kind of enjoyable. It's kind of fun. It's stupid, particularly at the end. It just kind of falls apart, but it's supposed to.
It's a great Twilight Zone episode. That could have probably been 60 minutes, but it's
or less. In our full episode, we talk a little bit about, why Halloween's even in North America.
You don't really know much about Halloween.
Whether this is pagan and occult. We talk about all kinds of weird little things that don't matter. So check that out.
And we sing the jingle consistently throughout the entire episode.
What is it like?
8 more days till Halloween, 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 8 more. It's just London Bridge is falling down. Silver Shamrock.
Creepy. Why is he Irish?
It's Connelson. What is his name?
Connell
Cochran.
About this Cochran.
Connell Cochran.
Of course he's Irish. Kiss me, I'm pagan. This doesn't have the same ring to it, Dave.
Super weird.
He's watching you, friend. I guarantee you that.
Although that might have been a better title for this film.
Maybe. It's misnamed twice somehow.
What's next on the docket?
We're watching The Thing.
Apparently, I didn't know this. I'm a huge John Carpenter fan.
Yeah, Dave over here is like, hate John Carpenter. Never seen any of his movies. And then I named 6 of them that he's seen and
Big
like.
Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York. What was the other one? Oh yeah, I've watched all of them and enjoyed them all.
Starman.
Starman. Fuck. Do I like horror movies?
What is happening to me?
Yeah, good. Great. We're very
Kurt
good
Russell.
at yeah.
Kurt Russell, man.
Kurt Russell. So charismatic.
I want a mask. Can I have a mask?
Just what I had in mind for you, little buddy.